record this video first, and then let me share my screen with you. Share my screen. So this way you can see my document. So first, I want to make attendance, but we only have 4 students here. So maybe wait a little bit. There will be more students to join us. Yeah. Right now we have Jessica also here. So today I will go over. Let's see. If you click the module and find the module 5, I have the so here class meeting, and if you click the PPT lecture notes and the videos, click this one. And I have several documents here, but the documents I want to go over is the chapter 9 examples and the slope versus elasticity. So this document actually is a review for module 2, because this document actually is one of the documents in module 2. So I want to review this part because student feel difficult to do the elasticity question for the midterm. And also chapter 9 also mentions something for elasticity. So that's why I want to review it with you guys. So chapter 9 examples and the slope versus elasticity. And if you want to look at the lecture for chapter 9 and chapter 10, the PPT, so I actually have lecture videos from the spring semester, so you can watch it to go over the lecture notes and not the Excel. And during this class, I will go over the Excel stuff. Okay, so before I discuss this Excel file, so let me discuss something with you. So at the beginning of this class, this course, I give you guys an extra chance to recruiting participants and take the house economics survey. So you can get extra credit for this process. And then this is the extra credit chance economic survey, right? And here's the detailed instruction. And if you can recruit 10 participants, and you will get up to 5 extra credit. More than 10 is just, okay, 10 is the highest. No more than 5 extra credits. So this is a very good chance. And also attending class, attending the first 3 class, you will get 1 extra credit. So there's 5 extra credit plus the 3 extra credit for attendance. So the total will be 8 extra credits. This extra credit, when you calculate your total grade on this course, you can add this extra credit. For example, if some student got a total grade about maybe 82, and then got 8 extra credit attending class and taking survey, recruiting participants to take the survey. So 82, the final grade 82 plus 8, and then the student will get A on this course. So be careful. I think I cannot show you, but if you look at your grade on this course, and the bottom, there will be a total grade. So that one will be your updated total grade. And then if you have extra credit, you just add it by yourself. If you know, okay, I attend 3 classes, so 3 extra credit, then you add this credit to your total grade. That will be your final grade. So be careful. That not include in the total grade, and you need to add it by yourself. So that's why I'm thinking. First, I told the class this survey maybe end by the end of September, and then after midterm, I thought maybe some student feel not satisfied with their grade, and then they might want to, okay, can you give me some extra chance or open this extra chance for us? Yeah, let me do so. I open this extra chance for the class. So if you feel, okay, I need extra credit, so please do so. But if you already finish the 10 recruiting 10 participants, so then there will be no chance. Okay, if you haven't, so you can still do so. But talk about midterm. Actually, this class did pretty good on the midterm. So that might be the reason why today we don't have too many students to join us. Maybe you guys just feel, those students just feel they did pretty good. I don't know. So I checked the average score for this class and compare with the class from the spring semester and last fall. And I figured out, oh my God, you guys get a much better score than those students. So I'm so happy with this. But be careful, you still need to work hard, and maybe the final exam will be much harder than the midterm. Okay, so let me mark the attendance. Okay, we only have several students. I'm so sorry, but I'm happy with you guys. Thank you for attending the class.
Dr. Yu,
Yes.
on those surveys, when will we know what we get for extra credit?
I will maybe post it so that by before December. I will say
okay.
before December. Yeah. Try to maybe by the end of November or by the middle of November, I will try to post how many extra credit you get. So this way you can calculate your total grade by yourself. If you have a very high score on this course, you might want to, shift your time to some other courses in order to get a high grade on all your courses this semester, right? But if you find, oh my God, the score is very dangerous for me to get an A, so you might want to work hard on this course as well, right? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Good question. Any more questions? If no, so let's open. Oh, this is the attendance. Let's open the Excel file, the chapter 9 examples. Chapter 9 examples. So chapter 9 examples, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this one. Delete this one. 5, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we have 5 spreadsheets. So the first one is the monopolistic market, and then a graph, and then price discrimination, and then elasticity and revenue. And we have the last one, HHI, the Herfindahl-Hertzman index. Don't forget this one, the HHI, the Herfindahl-Hertzman index. Okay, so first let's look at the monopolistic market. And this one actually very similar to the assignment, module 3 assignments, right? Just do the calculation and then you have the formula and you just follow the formula. Actually, I already put the value and the formula here. So it's easy for us to go over this stuff. So the given value will be the price, and the unit of output, the Q, the quantity, price, quantity, right? And I also give the information for total cost. See, the total cost also given. Total cost also given. And then ask you to calculate some other items. So let's look at the first one, calculate the total revenue. Total revenue equal to price times Q. So just time these two together. The first one I didn't give the value here. Why? Because everything times 0, that would be 0. Why I don't put it here? How about just give the 0, right? This one times 0, that would be equal to 0. I just put it this way. Do this way. No, number 0. See? And same thing for this one. I just put the number here, and then it will be 0, right? See, if we do this way, just okay, price times quantity, and then we do the calculation using the Excel calculation. How to do it? Just okay, choose the first cell after your calculation, and then move the cursor to here and drag it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry how I did it. So I did the calculation price times quantity, right? Enter, and then choose the cell and move the cursor here and drag it. See, the Excel calculate the value for you. So this is the function so-called Excel recalculation. And then we calculate the marginal revenue. Marginal revenue equal to delta total revenue over delta Q. So the delta means changing, a changing value. A changing value. So this one, I will say this one not 0 because you cannot calculate this one. You don't have the previous value. You cannot calculate this one. So the first value we can calculate is this one. Let me calculate this one for you. How to calculate? This one equal to. So fraction. The fraction is, see, the numerator is the total revenue. See, this is the second value minus the first value, and then close the parentheses, and then divided by numerator still using parentheses. The denominator still using parentheses. Parentheses is the delta Q. See, this is delta Q. The first value minus this value minus the previous value. See, this is how to do it.
Professor Yu?
Yeah.
Is this, I guess I'm just lost on the spreadsheet that you're doing it on. Is this in module 5 assignment?
No, this is chapter 9 examples. This is chapter 9 examples. See, if you look at the module 5, there is a class meeting. Right? A class meeting, there's a PPT, lecture notes, and videos.
Ah, okay.
If you click it, yes. If you click it, see chapter 9 examples.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, this one. And
Okay,
also download the slope versus elasticity. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
And now let's look at. So see, this is how to calculate the marginal revenue. Delta TR over delta Q, and this is the fraction. The numerator is the total revenue. The second value minus the previous value. The denominator is the quantity. Also, the second value minus the previous value. So then after you finish this calculation, you just, okay, choose this cell and move your cursor to here until it becomes to a solid plus sign, and press it and drag it all the way to the end. So you get this value. And if you click everyone, so see, this is the fraction of the changing value. And then we have the total cost that's given. That's given, you don't need to calculate. And then average total cost. So we don't have average total cost, but we do know total cost equal to ATC times Q, the average cost times Q, right? So we just arrange it. Then average total cost will equal to total cost divided by Q. So then we can do the calculation. Since the first Q is 0, so we know 0 never can be the denominator, right? 0 never can be the denominator. So that's why we cannot calculate the first cell. No, so we calculate the second one. So we can just do this way. See, total cost, this one, divided by Q. Q will be this one. And enter, got this value and same thing. So if we don't have those values, let's see, if we don't have this clear content, if we don't have, but we already calculated this one, right? Choose this cell, move the cursor in the middle and move the cursor here. So I just play lazy, double click here. See, also can calculate for you. Also can calculate. So this is how to calculate average cost. And then marginal cost. Marginal cost, I didn't put the formula here. Can you guys tell me, since we know marginal revenue will be this, so marginal cost will be, so let's maybe copy this. Do this one. Copy. Marginal cost will be equal to, so this is not correct, right? So you can only change one thing to make this formula correct. See, marginal revenue equal to total revenue, delta total revenue over delta Q. So marginal cost will be equal to delta total only change one thing, this formula will be correct. So marginal cost cannot equal to delta total revenue over delta Q, right? So then that should be, this, that's marginal cost. Marginal revenue equal to total revenue over delta Q. So marginal cost will equal to delta total. Come on. Let's see who can answer this question.
Are you talking about marginal costs?
Yes.
Total change in total revenue over change divided by change in total quantity?
So that's the total revenue over delta, total revenue over delta Q. That's the marginal revenue.
Marginal, okay.
So for marginal cost, that will be
Where's that little
delta total. You need to change. I just copy here. But this formula, say delta total revenue over delta Q, that's the marginal revenue. That's not the marginal cost. Marginal cost should be delta total. So that's just revenue versus cost, right? Revenue, you have total revenue and marginal revenue. So calculate the marginal revenue, use just the delta total revenue divided by delta Q. And then for cost, how to calculate the marginal cost? Guess you guys completely forget the formula. So see, right? This is for the marginal cost, just the total cost, delta total cost over delta Q. Okay? So see, this is how to calculate marginal cost. Just the delta total cost over the Q. So then we can do the calculation. Now let's, how about, let me clear the content. Now let's see. Still, we cannot do the first. Why? Because there's there's no value for the previous, and then so we start from the second. Okay, numerator, delta total cost. So total cost is here, and then this is the second value minus the previous value, and then close the parentheses, and then divided by denominator still a parenthesis, but this parenthesis is for the Q, the quantity, the second value minus the previous value, and then close the parentheses, and then enter. See, this is the first value for marginal cost, and then move the cursor, choose this cell, move the cursor here, I just double click, see, I got all the value for the marginal cost. And then for the profit easy, profit is total revenue minus total cost. And then we can just do the total revenue minus total cost. We can do the first one, just like this way. And also we can maybe just delete the first one, only do the second one. So it's okay. Okay, just do this way, see, equal to total revenue is here, total revenue minus total cost, and then enter. So, and then still same thing, you just double click to get all the value. And I guess I need to change the format cell. This one is not customer, just the number 0. So this way we have all the values. And then we find out for the profit, when the profit equal to 0, so this is the break-even point, right? Break-even point. Anyone still remember when profit equal to 0, the break-even point, what's that? There's something associated with the break-even point. Do you remember?
Is it when marginal cost equals marginal revenue?
When
Or not?
marginal cost equal to marginal revenue, that's this case. So now let's look at this situation. When marginal cost equal to marginal revenue, that's the profit maximizing point for monopolistic companies.
Okay.
Is
So
it
here actually, yes,
oh, is it when total cost equals total revenue?
when total cost equal to total revenue, that's the break-even point. That's for the perfect competitive market. For the perfect competitive market, the company, their production is here at break even, and total revenue equal to total cost. And with the price, if you look at here, so the price, see, this is the price, right? So the price will equal to 40. See, at this point, how about I just make this line blue, maybe blue, okay? No, blue is not, maybe E, not this way, this way, yeah. See, this is for the perfect competitive market. Their production is at here, break-even point, with TR equal to TC, with price equal to 40 and quantity equal to 6. And their profit is equal to 0. So for perfect competitive market. But for the monopolistic market, their profit maximizing production function is at MR equal to MC. So if you look at, see, this is MR. MR is so between 30 to 50. And then marginal cost, MC, that's between 30 to 40. So we don't have an exact point from our calculation, but we know it should be between these two, between this area. So there should be a value about maybe approaching to 40, right? There should be a equal point. So here, so that's why I make this area. It should be here. And MR equal to MC. And then with the equilibrium price, if you look at the price actually is about 60 to 70. The price is higher than the perfect competitive market, right? And the quantity they produced is about 3 to 4, between 3 to 4. So they produce less with higher price. And the perfect competitive produce more with lower price. And then can you tell me what's their profit for the monopolistic market company? What's their profit? Can you see their profits? So maximizing profits. So their profit should be maximizing, right? But how much? Can you find it from the table?
120?
Yeah, 110 to 120.
Okay.
110 to 120. And okay, what's the profit for the perfect competitive market? Perfect competitive. What's their profit?
0.
0. Great, good job. Now you know. And then we have a graph. I actually insert this graph here. So what can I do to do this way? Yeah, okay. This way we can see the graph clearly. So, and this graph is the revenue versus cost for the monopolistic. And then we find out, see, the purple line, that's the MC. And this line, the brown line, right? The brown line, that's the MR, the marginal revenue. And then, so see here, the intersection between the MC and the MR, that's here. So here, actually, we can do a perpendicular line to the x-axis. And then we got the quantity. See, this is the QE between 3 and 4, right? See, between 3 and 4. That's the QE. And then we can extend this perpendicular line to reach this blue line. So what's this blue line? This blue line is the price. It's the price. So we intersect the price line at E. And then we find out the PE here, above 60, above 60. But below, should be below 70, right? Because this is 80, so the middle should be 70. So between 60 and 70, this is the PE. So exactly here, right? So, and this graph, I just insert this graph using the this data. So that's why, that's how to find the interaction of the MC and MR to determine the profit maximizing point, price and the quantity from the graph. So this is how to do it. Okay, and then we don't need to talk about this one, the price discrimination. So and now let's look at the elasticity and the revenue. So before we discuss this part, how about we go over the Herfindahl-Hursman index first, and we will have a question for the module 5 assignments. And that's for the Herfindahl-Hursman index. So this is the calculation. So for this one, we just, okay, in the market, there are 4 firms. So each firm has this share. So since there's only 4 firms, So if you add all the shares together, it should be equal to 1. I just do the calculation. See, we do this one, insert function fx, right? I'm sorry, we need to choose this cell and then insert the function fx, and then sum, that's the summation, summation, okay? And then if you choose this data and click OK, see, that's equal to 1. Right, that's equal to 1. So this is the share. Since only 4 carbonates, then the total share should be equal to 1. And then how to calculate the Herfindahl-Hertzman index? That's HHI, Herfindahl-Hertzman index. So then the first thing you need to do is, see, the summation of the share square. So first you need to take each share, take square. And then the summation means you sum all these shares together. So that's why I do this way. See, the first share as 1 square, I just take square. Let me show you how I get this value. Clear this value and even clear this one. So the first one just equal to, see, equal to this one. And take square. How to take square? Just do this way. See, 2. This is how to take square. And then enter. So this is the square value of the S1, this value. And then I just choose this cell, move cursor here and drag it to let it calculate every one for us. After we do this calculation, and then at last we need to add those together, summation, see? Sum this square together, sum this square value. And then we just, okay, insert function fx and sum, okay. So choose all the value and click OK. See, this is the Herfindahl-Hertzman index for this one. Now, how about, let me give you a question. So if, like for the same thing, right? I just calculate, maybe just copy this one here. If now we have 6, we have 6 firm, and this one, how about this one? We change it to 0.1. We change it to 0.1. And then, let me just clear this content, maybe 0.1. And then we know maybe S6 would be 0.15. And then do you know the Herfindahl-Hertzman index for this one? So the total. First tell me the total should be here, should be which value?
Value should be 1.
This one should be 1, okay. Then do you know this value?
You take the 1 and subtract the ones that you know, and then you'll end up with that value.
Okay, so just okay, how about we actually can do it by hand, right? So we can sum all this value together. So to get is how about to do this way? Sum, and then we sum. We insert a function sum, okay, and we choose this value together and okay. So we get 0.95. So this one should be equal to 1 minus 0.95 equal to this. Correct. And then to do the SI square, so we just do this way, right? Equal to this one, take square, enter, and then choose this cell, move cursor here and drag it here. See? And then for HHI, how to calculate. Choose this cell,
Mhm.
click fx, sum, okay, and choose all this value and click OK. See, this will be the Herfindahl-Hertzman index, right? So this is how to calculate. Okay, great. Now let's look at elasticity and the revenue. So in chapter 9, we have this information about the elasticity. So if the elasticity less than 1, that's inelastic. Equal to 1, that's so-called unitary elasticity. And if greater than 1, that's elastic. So be careful. I told you to open the where's the elasticity. Let's look at the elasticity one. Say open the slope versus elasticity. So here actually I add some information to this document. So if you look at the formula for the elasticity, see, elasticity actually that's a absolute value. If absolute value, that means always positive.
For you,
Yes.
you're not sharing your screen anymore.
Oh, what happened? Okay. See, can you see it now? So
Yes,
open
thank
the
you.
open the slope versus elasticity. And then I have this value, this information there. I just add it. So how to calculate the elasticity? So see, elasticity always a absolute value. So that means always positive, always positive. So this is how to calculate, and that's a fraction. The numerator, that's this one, and this one is the percentage change on quantity. And the denominator is this one. That's the percentage change on price. So this is the how to calculate the elasticity. Let's do one of the elasticity here. Like this document, I show you how to calculate the slope versus the elasticity. So here, like the slope is delta P over delta Q, or we so-called rise versus run. And then like for slope AB, see, slope AB. To calculate, the formula will be this. If you look at, that will be like AB, right? So delta P is this changing. Delta P is 8 minus 10. That's the numerator. And denominator will be, see here, see the Q, the change on Q, see 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1. And then the slope AB will be negative 2, negative 2. And then if you calculate the slope CD, you will get the same value. See, this is the calculation, the same value, CD, same value, negative 2. But for elasticity, that's different. So this is the elasticity formula, right? And I have the elasticity here, the calculation, the percentage change on Q versus the percentage change on P. So the percentage change on Q, so just this way, and versus percentage change on P. So how about let's look at the first one, elasticity, EAB, still EAB. And then the calculation, percentage change on Q will be this one. See, the numerator, that's 2 minus 1. You're using parentheses to close it. And then the denominator will be, see, 2 plus 1 divided by 2. But be careful, the parentheses. For the denominator, you actually have 2 parentheses. First parenthesis is 2 minus 1. You need to close it together and then divide it by 2. So another parenthesis to make it as the denominator. If you missing one, parentheses, you couldn't get a value. So using parentheses is a very important stuff for Excel calculation. Every parenthesis, there should be a pair. You need to make sure which pair. So to make sure you know this value. So this will be the quantity. This will say AB, quantity 2 and 1, right? The quantity. And then calculate the delta price. Price change, see the price. That would be 8 and 10. So 8 minus 10, that's the numerator. And then divided by the denominator will be 8 plus 10 divided by 2. And then hold it together. So this is how to calculate the price. And then this is the calculation. So this calculation are just using cell. Using this cell to do this calculation. But no problem, I can use this value. So like if this value, right? This value, I just copy this value. See? Copy this value. And then using this cell, I just equal to and paste this value. And then enter. See, same thing. Same thing. And same for this one. So you just know how to do the calculation. So then we find out the delta percentage change on Q equal to this, and the percentage change on price equal to this. So the elasticity will be, the elasticity just this one divided by this one. How about let's do it together, see? Equal to this one divided by this one, right? Then negative value. That should be a negative value. But remember, elasticity, we always have an absolute value there. So you need to make it positive. So just this one, make it positive. EAB equal to 3. You cannot report EAB equal to negative 3. No, equal to 3. Because that's an absolute value. So this is how to do the calculation for this. Now, let me give you a practice here. See here, you calculate EBC because I calculate EAB, right? That's 3. And I also calculate ECD. ECD equal to this one, negative 0.714. This is the elasticity, and make it positive, that's 0.91. That's the elasticity for CD. Now I give you a practice. Calculate the elasticity for EBC. You calculate by yourself. Everyone, you calculate by yourself. Practice. And tell me the value after your calculation. Calculate EBC. How about I calculate this one here and you can tell me the value. So calculate. How about we separate you guys to 2 groups, and then maybe Brittany, Doris, and Jessica. 3 of you calculate the percentage change on Q, and then Carly, Thalia, and Tracy. You guys calculate the delta percentage change on P. So after they got the value, and then it's easy to get the elasticity, right? So the difficulty is just to calculate the percentage change on Q and on P. After you finish, just tell me the value.
So I got 0.285
Which one?
for the change in Q.
Change in
Oh, wait,
Q. So
sorry, I that's not correct. Hold on a second.
really? Okay. So be careful. EBC, BC, the Q change should be 3 and 2, right? BC. So the Q change should be associated with 3 and 2. And the price change for BC should be associated with 6 and 8. 6 and 8, right?
So I got 0.4
For which one?
for change in Q.
Training Q. Let me tell me how you got it. So the numerator should be
3 minus 2.
3 minus 2 and close the parentheses, divided by parentheses and second
Right.
parentheses, then
3 plus 2.
3 plus 2 and close the
Divide-
parentheses,
divide.
divided by 2, right?
Yes.
And then close the parentheses, right? Is
Yes.
this your calculation? Okay, now let's look at copy and maybe using this cell to do the calculation. I'm sorry. So I just copy the value from the formula bar, copy this calculation, and using this cell equal to paste this calculation and enter 0.4, right? Is that correct?
Yes, that's what I got.
Okay, great. So how about the percentage change on P? Have you guys got the calculation?
I got 2.
You got 2. Can you tell me the calculation? So
I
the
did it.
numerator should be
6 minus 8.
6 minus 8 and close the parentheses and then divided and then parentheses.
6.
Then
Oh, wait, I did mess up. It's 6 plus 8.
6 plus 8. 6.
Yeah, that'll change it then.
6 plus 8 and close the parentheses, right?
Yep, and then divide by 2.
Divided by 2 and then close the parentheses.
And it's like negative 0.285.
Okay, let's copy this value. See, copy from the formula bar, copy, and using this cell to do the calculation, equal, and paste this value. Enter. Is this correct?
That's what I got.
Okay, great. Now let's look at, to calculate the elasticity will be equal to this one, Q over delta price. Enter. So then what's this value? Here should be,
Negative 1.4.
yes, 1.4. 1.4 for this value. How about I just make it a blue? See? And then we find out, like for a straight line, the slope, no matter which 2 points you pick up, the slope will be equal. However, the elasticity, that's different. See, elasticity, that's different because the calculation are different, right? So is it clear now? Is that how to do the calculation?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. So, I guess that's all for today. We only have 7 students. So, do you guys have questions for me?
Thank you so much. That was helpful.
Okay, thank you.
I do have
Any-
one quick question. I
Yeah.
looked at the assignment and for module 5, and it looks like
Yes.
it doesn't have all of this extra, like the slope and the elasticity and everything. It just has the data graph and the HHI.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
So
correct?
that one, honest to you, I just try to have you guys to practice again for the calculation.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because like this one, if we about we download it and close and download this data. Yes. See, the online calculation question related to chapter 9 is the Herbert-Hersman index calculation. So
Okay.
that's actually pretty easier. And then module 5 assignment, see, this is actually pretty easier. And then what I want you guys to do is to do first replicate this graph. Replicate this graph, and also you need to know how to add the add the title for the x-axis and y-axis.
Okay.
You need to know how to do it. So normally after you insert the insert the graph, see, if you click the graph, and then you will find a plus sign here, right? See, plus sign. If you click this graph, you have the plus sign, and just click it, and then you find there is a list ask you guys what stuff you need. So you just check the access titles and chart site titles. So you can add the title for the access like this one. If you uncheck it, see, it disappeared, right? And then if you click it, see. So let me just maybe go back. So this way, you just type the title and to mark the x-axis title and y-axis title. And another thing is, honest to you, it's it's not easy to get this graph, because normally when you try to insert a graph like this two, normally when you try to insert the graph, let's copy these 2 graphs here. See, give you add another spreadsheet. So for example, always copy and paste from the second row. Copy and paste from the second row. Why? Leave the first row blank. This way you can see, if you want to make the total nursing house as the access variable, please remove the title. When you remove the title, you might forget what's the access value, right? So that's why I ask you, see, click this cell, you cut, see, cut this value, and then paste in the front, the first row, paste here, and then leave this blank. We have this, see, leave this blank, see, leave this cell blank. So this way you can make this this data as the x-axis data. So like when you try to insert a graph, now let's do this way. See, you select the data from this cell. See, from this cell. If you look at, I didn't include the first row, the title, right? I didn't include that one. I just choose the data from the second row, all this data. I choose it, and then I insert, click insert, and then insert graph. So insert charts. So this is all the charts. You might already find those charts, right? So if you don't, if you have this one, like the charts, to see all the charts, you click this one. If you don't have this one, you can pick up a charts you want. So let's look at this one. See all charts, like this one, see all charts. And then you can pick up, you can click all charts at the top, all charts. So normally we prefer to, we're just using the line charts, right? We just click the line charts. So, but this one, if you click the line charts, you see what happened. You have a straight line. That's not this one. So this is the production function, right? Exactly the production function. However, if you look at this one, see what happened? Line charts does not work. Line chart does not work. If you only have two variables, don't use line charts. Which charts we should use? Let me tell you, scatter. See, choose the value, click insert, and then still click the all charts. Choose all charts. See, if you find this one, X, Y scatters. If you only have two variables, X, Y. So you're using this one, X, Y scatter. And then click this one. So you might using this one, or have a line to join all the points, right?
Oh, gotcha.
So how about the second one?
Yeah.
See, you have this graph, exactly this graph. So that's why I want you guys maybe to practice this one. If there's only two variables, X and Y, you're gonna have to using the scatters. You cannot using line graph anymore. So this is how to do it. And also see, you have the plus sign and you click it, you can check the access title. So it asks you to add the access title. See, you can add the value here. So this is how to do it.
Okay.
That's one of the, I ask you guys to practice the calculation again for the data, and also practice how to insert graph and how to, how to add the titles for each items. Yeah. Okay, good question. Thank you. Any other questions? If no, we have 2 minutes left. Can we stop this lecture maybe 2 minutes earlier?
I just had a question about the midterm.
Yes.
Are you going to release the answers so we can see which questions that we got wrong?
Normally, I wouldn't do that because some questions may still be the midterm question for the later, later courses. So, but if you want to know the correct answer, I can go over it with you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, make an appointment with me, or just by email. Just how about Dr. Yu? Can you copy all the question I did wrong to me? So this way, I also can take picture of each wrong questions and also show you how to make it correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. More questions?
Thank you so much, Professor.
Are we done? Okay, so thank you everyone for attending the class, and thank you for your good questions. Very helpful.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
So-
Bye.